Welcome back to Cask and Point. Today is day 4 of our New Era Bourbon Club Advent Calendar. Between December 1st and December 25th, we'll be trying 25 mysterious, fun, funky samples. We're going to be giving tasting notes, we're going to rate them, and throughout it we're going to guess what we're actually drinking, and then at the end of the video we're going to find out exactly what we just had. So let's get right into day number 4. On the nose here, I don't think this is a bourbon. Now, on day 3, I was a little bit burned because I initially thought it wasn't a bourbon. It turned out to be a bourbon, but a really weird one at that. That I later looked up and it did have a lot of malted barley content in it. But on this isn't a bourbon. I mean, this is so grassy. And there's caramel on this. There's a lot of sugarcane on this one. And there's a really sharp, really lavender note on this. Some cloves. A lot of cloves, actually. There's some mint on this. Overall, it smells quite sharp, actually. Like, it smells very, very herbal. Not really getting a ton of oak on the nose here. Yeah, overall, I'm immediately leaning towards Irish whiskey. But I may just be claiming everything that I don't know is Irish whiskey, so let's try this. That has to be Irish whiskey. And that doesn't taste like Wild Turkey. That doesn't taste like Buffalo Trace. It's lower proof. I think we're at 80 or 90 proof. I think we may even be at 80 proof here on the dot. But it doesn't, there is no peat, so it's definitely not an Islay Scotch. And I don't think this is a Highland Scotch either, because I don't think it's that fruity. And I usually get a lot more fruit on the Highland Scotches. Yeah, on this one, I'm leaning towards Irish whiskey. But not a particularly old Irish whiskey. Like, I'm thinking like a 9, 10, 11-year Irish whiskey here. And they just don't really produce Irish whiskeys that are much younger than that. That's pretty much on the lower end for whiskeys that aren't in America. Yeah, it smells nice though. Like, it smells like a really, really nice mixture of mint and cloves and lavender. And there's some caramel in there, sweetness in there. There may even be a little bit of maple in there. So it smells really nice. On the palate though, that malt is there. There's a little bit of nice chocolatiness that I get sometimes on malt that I really do like. But then all those kind of minty, clove, those kinds of flavors are going to come in. And we're looking at a short to medium finish here. This is low proof. This, I think, is 80 proof. I'm immediately thinking we're drinking Gold Spot Irish whiskey. Now, I guess that for day number 3, I didn't do that well. So, I could be crazy, but to me, this isn't American whiskey. To me, this is not a rye, because I'm not getting a ton of rye spice at all. I'm not really getting any. To me, this isn't a classic bourbon. There's no cherry. There's really no oak. There's no vanilla. There's there's a little bit of maple on the nose, but it's not really coming through on the palate. To me, this is an Irish whiskey. To me, this is like an 80, 90 proof Irish whiskey. I'm going to lock in Gold Spot. Let's find out what it is. But for now, I would rate this a 7.0. Like, it's good. It's like a good daily sipper, but I'm not really impressed or blown away. Let's check out what it is, and I'll put on your screen exactly what I'm looking at as I'm looking at them. So we'll grab our laptop here. Let's check a photo. Oh, what the heck. Hardin's Creek 2-year. It is a bourbon, but it is young. Okay, Hardin's Creek 2-year. So this is a bottle, and there are notes here, so I'll read the notes in a second. This is like a $150 bottle. This is a Jim Beam product, which is interesting because I didn't really get peanut on this. And going back on it, I mean, maybe there is a little bit of peanut on here. Maybe I'm not too surprised by that. Maybe I have to think about these a little bit more and not just claim that anything that I'm not familiar with is Irish whiskey. It smells young. Like, it doesn't smell oaky at all. 7.0. I mean, this is nowhere near worth $150. Let's check out the notes as to why this was selected. So, super high price point for a 2-year bourbon. Like I said, yeah, it's $150, I believe. So, absolutely ridiculous. Avoid this release for sure. Turned off many potential buyers. That's true. So, figure this calendar is a great place for us to get to try it without cringeworthy price tags. Yeah, I think that's totally fair. I think this is a bottle that I'm glad I got to try. I really like Hardin's Creek to the 211. It's an amazing pour, but this 2-year, that's what proof are we looking at here? We are at actually 108 proof. So I thought it was a little bit lower in proof. I mean, that age just really throws everything off. 2 years is baby whiskey. So yeah, I don't love it. It tastes a little bit like an Irish whiskey to me. I would avoid this, but thank you all for watching. Hope you have a lovely rest of your day, and I'll catch you all in day 5.